Hey guys, it's Rules for Rebels here, and in today's video, this is something you guys have been asking me for a long time. We're going to be talking about how to effectively dropship AliExpress products to your Shopify customers. So I know a lot of you guys are interested in dropshipping. A lot of you guys are interested in dropshipping using AliExpress. And in the past, I've been kind of critical of this method, not only dropshipping in general, but specifically dropshipping using AliExpress, because I always said that the long shipping times are going to cause you to have a lot of upset customers. And also, you know, the return process. If a customer returns a product to you, you're pretty much stuck with that product because AliExpress vendors either don't accept returns or the shipping cost of sending the item back to China is cost prohibitive to where it's not even worth shipping it back. But this method that we're going to be talking about today is actually a colleague of mine's method that he's just recently turned me on to. I kind of sat through and he kind of walked me through how he runs his business and how his business works. And he told me that I could share this with my audience on here, you guys. So I think you guys are really going to like this. And though I haven't set this up for myself yet, I actually am going to be kind of more of a case study than anything. But I am going to be setting up this method for myself. There's actually one particular niche that I've been wanting to get into that my business partner hasn't really been interested in. And typically we buy and hold our own inventory. However, I'm going to give this method a try, and I'm going to try out this new niche that I've been curious about. So maybe I'll do some how-to videos and also kind of treat this as a case study and make a follow-up video in terms of how much success I have with this. But again, basically what this method is, you're going to set up a Shopify store. You're then going to set up an app called Oberlo. Now this app Oberlo is going to help you import specific AliExpress products that you want to sell. So let's say that you decide you want to sell fishing lures. This app is going to help you find fishing lures on AliExpress. Then with essentially one click, you're going to be able to import that product into your Shopify store. So as opposed to having to copy over the description, copy over the title, copy all the pictures and bring all the pictures over, Oberlo is going to do all that for you. One other feature about Oberlo that I really like, and this is something else you guys have been asking me for a while, is there any software or app or system that can automate the process from importing your products, order fulfillment, price change, etc. So what Oberlo is also going to do if you select the option is, as we all know, if you shop on AliExpress, sometimes suppliers leave or sometimes suppliers go away. Sometimes suppliers will stop offering a specific product. Sometimes the prices change. And if you're selling a product for $10 that you can buy on AliExpress for $2, well, what happens if the AliExpress seller raises their price to $8? Now you're essentially buying that item, either for a loss or not making as much money as you would like to. So what Oberlo is also going to do is notify you of any price changes on AliExpress. I don't recall if it automatically changes your Shopify prices or not, but at the very least you'll be notified so that you can, change your price. So we're going to talk about the product, the setup of Shopify, uploading products to Oberlo, how to set up social media accounts and things like that to promote your products. We're going to touch on running Facebook ads, testing, and then do kind of a wrap-up. So this, I'm not going to cover every aspect of this process in depth, but for those of you guys who are interested in trying this out, it's pretty straightforward. The other benefit of this is both Shopify and Oberlo offer a 14-day trial. Actually, Shopify offers a 14-day trial. Oberlo offers a 15-day trial. So you're going to be able to set up stores and try this for free before it ever even costs you a penny. So you can see if it works. I wouldn't necessarily recommend abandoning this just after 14 days because you haven't made a sale, because it does take some time for you to kind of get your advertisements out there and get some traction and start driving some traffic. But you can try this for free and see what you think about it before you decide to, committing money for a Shopify store or the Oberlo app. So let's get right into this. So I'm kind of going to read this to you guys, and I'll kind of add some commentary as we go. So dropshipping AliExpress products via your Shopify store. One other thing I'd like to add, and I will touch on this in the actual write-up here. I would not recommend using this method with eBay or Amazon. Reason being, eBay or Amazon really wants you to have your tracking uploaded and verified within 24 hours. And when you purchase items off AliExpress, there's typically a 3-day to a 7-day handling time where you're not going to have tracking. After that, you're going to get most likely an e-packet tracking number, which oftentimes doesn't show up for the first couple days of the first week. And buyers, if this were on eBay or Amazon, your customers would be going crazy. With Shopify, as long as you notify your customers, shipping could take 7 to 10 days or 7 to 14 days, and they're kind of expecting a longer shipping time, I don't anticipate too many problems. One other thing I wanted to bring up, in the past, my two biggest concerns for this were returns and customers upset about the long shipping times. And my colleague who's using this method has said it's not a huge problem. He said he only has about a 3% return rate, which isn't bad, and because he has good margins, it doesn't really negatively affect him or cost him too much money. And then also he said he doesn't get too much pushback on the long shipping time. So because he's had a good positive experience with this, I'm going to be sharing it with you guys. So let's kick it off. So hey guys, if you watch my YouTube channel or read this blog, you know in the past I've been less than supportive with plans for drop shipping, especially so using Aliexpress, DHgate, or really any site out of the USA. Will I still maintain that buying and holding inventory is the most profitable way of engaging in e-commerce? I realize that some of you guys are not in the USA, so that makes it, not really viable to sell to USA customers using traditional methods. Also, some of you guys don't want to be tied down by an office location, and some of you guys just don't want to tie up your money in inventory. So for that reason, I'm going to be doing a quick data sheet and methodology of how to get into drop shipping using a site like Aliexpress or DHgate. For this method, I really like Aliexpress because Aliexpress ties in with this app Oberlo. However, you could use DHgate as well. So this, and one more thing, I will include a link to this write-up. So if you guys want to read through this on your own, or I have some links to where you can get the free trials and things like that. So I will include that stuff as well. I'll include a link to this write-up. So if you want to go back in and want to be able to click the links, or want to read through it at your own pace, you can do that as well. So the strategy is actually a colleague of mine's strategy, as I said, who I said he told me I could share this method with you guys. I've been meaning to put something together for a while. As many of you guys have been asking me how to dropship using Aliexpress. One caveat I will put to this plan is, like I said, do not try this on eBay or Amazon. For this to work effectively, you need to have your own website. Personally, I recommend using Shopify. Again, you can use BigCommerce, you can use Big Cartel, other things. But Shopify is a great platform. It allows you to set up a e-commerce store without really any coding or web design knowledge. Your store will look crisp, professional, etc. Also, Shopify has the Oberlo app, which is a big focus of this method. And also, Shopify has a lot of great apps for everything from loyalty programs to affiliate programs. So let's get into this. So the problem with eBay and Amazon is buyers expect fast shipping, and the liberal return policies make it too easy for a customer to do a return. Trying this method on eBay or Amazon would not only result in a huge number of returns, all of which are going to cost you money, but using this strategy on eBay would also result in your account being suspended because buyers expect fast shipping, but also the actual platform itself, i.e. eBay and Amazon, they want your tracking to be uploaded within 24 hours, which isn't possible using AliExpress. And also they want the tracking verified, meaning the tracking has a scan on it. And again, that's not possible using AliExpress or e-packet shipping. So in the case study below, the example that my colleague used is t-shirts. As I say here, I personally would not recommend doing t-shirts, and the reason being that there's just too many people trying to do t-shirts. It's kind of an old method, like the whole t-shirt hustle was more a year or two ago. Don't get me wrong, I'm still doing t-shirts myself, but it's more of a hands-off method. So like I said, the recent popularity of the print-on-demand t-shirt companies out there, things such as Teespring, Amazon Merch, and dozens of others, means that thousands of people just like yourself are all starting t-shirt businesses. They're all running Facebook ads, and they're all competing for the same clients. So if you want to do the t-shirt game, I'm not saying it's not a good thing to do, but I would recommend, you doing your t-shirts on Teespring or Amazon Merch. If you choose to use this AliExpress dropshipping method, I recommend finding another product to sell. So Oberlo, for what Oberlo is critical to this method. Oberlo's been around for a little bit, but not enough people are using it. I dropshipped before without using Oberlo, and it's kind of a headache. Like I said, I don't dropship regularly, but if I run out of inventory of a product, I'll sometimes use a dropshipper until my product comes in. And it really is time draining, and it's kind of difficult staying organized. So Oberlo cuts down the time required to set up your store down by 10 plus hours easily. Like I said, it's going to import all your products, all your pictures, everything for you. It's also going to allow you to import products to your store within seconds or in one click, and it takes care of the inventory and order management process as well. It automates a lot of the tedious aspects of dropshipping. Setup is the most time-consuming part of dropshipping, and once it's set up, your advertisements and affiliate networks are set up, it's smooth sailing from there. So this is just going to be kind of a quick step-by-step rundown. Like I said, it's not going to be exhaustive. If you have any questions, send me a private message through YouTube, leave a comment below, etc. So number one, product. And this write-up is actually done by my colleague. So like I said, I'm not a huge fan of the t-shirt method, but I'm going to walk you through his method. So the first stop, obviously, is to pick a product. I picked a clothing item targeted towards students. There's a lot of information out there saying to pick a product that you can sell for $20 to $70, but as long as your margins are good, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be a super high-priced product. And I definitely agree with that. Selling an expensive product and making more money is good. If I can make 4 times my money back on a cheap product, that's fine with me as well. So he said, my products cost me anywhere from $3 to $10, including shipping, and I always make around a 50% margin. Just browse Amazon and AliExpress and see which products have a lot of orders, 5-star ratings, all that jazz, and build up a store based on that. Pick a theme and stick to it. I sell women's fashion and unisex accessories. I didn't bother with men's clothing as women do most online shopping. You can easily make a store selling anything. I've seen fishing lures, women's cosmetics, yoga pants, paper, pens. As long as you can target a certain niche with your advertisements, you'll be fine. The problem most people have is they pick a product but don't know how they'll target the niche. So that's pretty much the talk about the product. We can go over to Aliexpress.com. And I mean, you guys can go over here and browse yourself. But we got dresses, blouses, sunglasses, etc. I think the women's fashion and accessory niche is a pretty good one. Headbands, sunglasses, scarves, wraps. And also, like I've told you guys before, if you use your own affiliate links on AliExpress, you can typically save anywhere from 8 to 50%. Typically, women's fashion and accessories is one of the categories where they offer upwards of 50% affiliate commissions. So essentially, you can get these, when you're buying these products to dropship to your customers, if you use your own affiliate link, you can save an additional 8 to 50% off of those products, and that's going to make your margins even better. So keep that in mind. Next, we're going to talk about the setup of the Shopify store. And keep in mind, you can set up a Shopify store for free for 14 days to give it a try. If you click right here where it says they offer a free trial, you'll be taken right to where you can sign up for a free 14-day trial. I don't believe you have to enter your credit card number or anything. So let's get into this. So once you have your product idea, set up a Shopify store. They offer a free trial so you can test your store out for a few weeks before actually paying. My favorite theme for online stores is called Venture, and it's a free template. So again, this is completely free. The Shopify app is free. The Oberlo app is free. And because you're drop shipping, you're not actually going to have to order any inventory until you get a sale. So this method is costing you absolutely nothing to get started with. The Shopify itself, as well as this app, is very non-programmer friendly. You can set up a store within a day, no problem at all. And something to note, if you're selling clothing, make sure you add a sizing chart in the product description. It seems pretty simple and straightforward, but for a week, my colleague forgot to add a sizing chart and lost a bunch of sales because of it. That's a rookie mistake. So for shipping rates, he uses $5 within the US and $8 to Canada and $10 international. Feel free to adjust that depending on your products. He was selling t-shirts, so t-shirts are pretty small, light, and easy to ship. And also, typically Shopify will actually offer free shipping anyways. So really, he's probably pocketing most of the shipping money. But if you're selling something that's heavier or bulkier, you may need to adjust those shipping rates. Next, you're going to sign up for Oberlo. So I put a link here. If you click Oberlo, it'll take you right there. This is the Shopify app. They do offer a 14-day free trial. So again, you can try this one out for free too. Let me play you their video really quickly here as well. Actually, I don't know if my sound is. I was going to play their video for you, but I don't know if it's going to pick up my computer's audio, so I'll let you guys watch a video for yourself. Again, if you want to go check out this site, just click the word Oberlo, and it'll bring you right over there. But this is, if you want to download this app to your Shopify store, you're literally just going to click that button. They do have some different packages. I believe the base package, which is $14.90, gives you up to 500 products. And though a lot of people who do dropshipping like to have like thousands of products in their catalog, I'm a big fan of limiting the number of products that you offer, so I don't really see any need to go beyond the base plan. Also, they're going to give you a 14-day trial, and they have pretty good support as well. And you guys can kind of walk through this on your own and see all the different features and everything that Oberlo can do for you. They have an FAQ, etc. Also, if you go to oberlo.com, that's their website. Again, you can view the features. You can import products from AliExpress. You can fulfill your orders automatically. Inventory and price automatically update for you. This has basically everything you need to make this drop shipping business completely hands off. And if you go over to pricing, you can see the different pricing packages here. So I'll let you guys kind of look at this for a second. But again, you can come check this out for free on your own and see what the different packages include. So let's get back to this. So you're going to sign up for Oberlo on Shopify. Click on apps, search for Oberlo, or you can just click the link that I gave you to go directly there. My colleague had said they offer a month-long free trial. They've whittled that down to 15 days, but still 15 days is more than enough to test it out. So again, it's fantastic for testing. Sign up, it takes only a minute. It automatically connects to your Shopify store, and you can use Oberlo with Google Chrome. It's an extension for Google Chrome, so make sure you're using Google Chrome for that. I used to not be a fan of Google Chrome, but Unicorn Smasher and a lot of great browser add-ons are coming out for Chrome that aren't available for Firefox, so I actually have started using Chrome more. Next, you're going to upload your products to Oberlo. So if you're on Aliexpress, make sure your Oberlo plugin is enabled. Sort your product category by orders. The most ordered products will appear first, and that's going to be what's the most popular and what people are most likely going to like the best. So that's what I suggest doing. Only choose products that are highlighted in green, and this is a specific feature of Oberlo. And also only ship products that are available to ship via what's called ePacket. ePacket is quicker than some of the other shipping methods, and it's also way cheaper. It cuts shipping time down to 10 to 15 days. So obviously when somebody who has Amazon Prime is going to be used to getting an item in 2 days. So obviously the shipping time is going to take a little bit longer. But if you have good prices, unique products, and if you kind of disclose to your customer up front that the shipping is going to take a little bit longer, from what my colleague has told me, there really aren't too many hiccups with people complaining about long shipping times. So next, to upload to Oberlo, you're going to see a blue circle with a white price tag in the middle. If you press that, your products are then going to be uploaded to Oberlo. You're going to fill in your own product details, choose which pictures you want to use, set your price, and then hit publish to the shop. This is going to publish it to your Shopify store. You're going to want to make sure you choose a collection in Oberlo so your products are uploaded properly. So you're going to choose, women's shirts, men's shirts, shoes, etc. Make sure you categorize them correctly. If you're doing clothing, don't upload every single variant. Choose 2 to 3 products. Your goal is to give the customer options, but not too many options. People easily get overwhelmed, and then they don't wind up buying. So when someone buys with Oberlo, you simply need to click Fulfill. You can choose to automatically do whatever someone buys a product. But due to variants and things like that, a lot of apps and things have glitches, especially when it's communicating through multiple apps. So you may, though this will do it automatically, my colleague has said he still chooses to do it manually. Maybe as this app becomes more popular and more people start using it, they'll work out some of the bugs. But that's up to you whether you want to have your products automatically fulfilled or manually do it. It really shouldn't take you too long to do it manually. Next, number 5, you're going to set up social media, i.e. Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, etc., groups and things like that, and offer optional products to affiliates. So you're going to create a Facebook and Instagram account for your store, fill it with content. So if we have a store selling, hoverboards, for example, fill a blog and all your social media profiles and things up with, how to, the 3 best hoverboards on the market, how to repair a hoverboard, funny hoverboard fail videos, etc. If you're doing women's clothing, start a blog about women's fashion and things like that, so that you're kind of developing a tribe, so to speak, to market to, and use related hashtags. Now, you may think it's not worth it, but spending a couple bucks to buy some followers is important. Essentially, it's social proof in the eyes of the buyers. You can go to Fiverr.com and buy Twitter followers, buy Instagram followers, buy Pinterest followers. And while it's pretty much bot accounts that you're buying, these aren't real customers, they're not active, engaged people, but it's going to give the perception that your brand, your store, etc. is more popular than it is. And I think there's no denying the fact that you're more likely to follow somebody with 50,000 followers than you are to follow somebody with 5 followers. Reason being, you think if all these other people are following them, they must be good, right? So the same product can be offered by 2 accounts, one with 100 followers and another with 5,000. Like I said, it's obvious who they're going to buy them from. He says, most of my sales came from affiliates. Contact people, in my case, babes, who are related to your product with a lot of followers. Offer them a percentage per sale. And essentially, this is what boils down to an affiliate program. For those of you guys looking for a Shopify app to handle and pay out your affiliates, a good one to check out is Affiliately. It's an app on Shopify. This particular guy offered 15% per sale, but you can do more or less depending on the price of your product. He says, I messaged about 50 affiliates, 15 got back to me. I sent the product express, and within a week I received sales from my affiliates. Download any app for Instagram that allows you to preload pictures. No use going on yourself every day to post pictures. Preload like 30 pictures with hashtags, and you'll be good for a few weeks. The same can be done with Twitter and most social media platforms. There's one app called Hootly or Hootsuite, I believe it's called. I use another one called IFTTT, which stands for if this, then that. But it's basically going to allow you to either automate or pre-schedule. For Twitter, there's one called Future Tweets or Twiffly. I don't know. Anyhow, just Google like automate tweets, automate Instagram posts, etc. And there's a lot of free apps out there. Whereas instead of having to go on every single day and send out a tweet or shoot out an Instagram picture, you'll be able to schedule a week, 2 weeks, a month, 2 months worth at a time. So you can pretty much block your time, sit down, and handle the next 2 months of your tweets and not have to worry about it every day. Next, he talks about running Facebook ads and setting up your Facebook pixel. So Facebook ads are powerful. Take about a week to test ads at $5 per day. Target based on your products. So in his instance, he targeted women who shopped for online clothing. So an example of interest were Zara, Forever 21, H&M, and make sure that your picture in your advertisement is good quality. You can use an image resizer. If you don't know what an image resizer is, I will link below to an example of an image resizer that I use for a lot of my stuff. Set your ads up for conversions and clicks, then track using your Facebook pixel, which can easily be set up to connect with Shopify. There's actually, if you go into your Shopify settings, there's a box right there where you can plug in your Facebook pixel, and that's going to let you kind of run some split testing and see which ads are running effectively. So I'd recommend using Google Analytics account as well. Again, just go to Google, do a Google search for Google Analytics, sign up for an account. They're going to give you an analytics ID. You're going to plug that into the back end of your Shopify store, and you'll be able to track your Google Analytics as well and see how much traffic you're getting from Facebook, how much traffic you're getting from Instagram, how much traffic you're getting from Pinterest, etc. So test for a couple days, check results. If people are getting to checkout and not buying, it may be that your shipping's too expensive, or it may be that you're asking too many questions during the checkout page. But that's called abandoned carts. You don't want a huge percentage of abandoned carts. If you have a huge percentage of abandoned carts, it means something during the checkout process is turning customers off. So maybe it's a long shipping time, maybe it's a high shipping cost, maybe that your checkout process isn't smooth enough, but look into that and try to make some fixes there. Discounts. 10% off, 15% off, free shipping. They all lead to a lot of sales. 10% off and $20 isn't much, but people go crazy for discounts. And this guy says, I'm currently offering a Summer 16 discount on all clothing, which is for free shipping. I've already receiving 200 orders within this week alone. And like I said, because most products on AliExpress offer free shipping, he's pretty much just pocketing that shipping money as revenue anyhow. So offering free shipping is, cutting down on his margins a little bit, but it's really not costing him any money. And then number 7, test, and test some more. If products aren't selling, remove them. If you have a good theme and a good target niche, you will sell products, so keep testing. It took me a week to figure out exactly what my target niche wanted. In the end, I really like drop shipping. I know this isn't a step-by-step guide, isn't everything you need to know, but it's a general idea. On my journey to location independence, I've tried a lot of things, and this is by far my favorite. It's scalable, automated, and relatively easy to set up with little cost. It takes some time in the research phase, but it's an easy business model to learn. Once your store becomes profitable, you can easily sell it and start a new one. I run 2 stores at the moment, and while I can't replace my current income, it's getting there. So in general, the process here is research, set up Shopify and Oberlo, promote, scale, automate. So just to kind of wrap this up, guys, here's what I said. Okay, so you guys know I've been somewhat critical of dropshipping as a business plan. I'm not totally opposed to dropshipping, but I do find a way that a lot of people set up their dropshipping business is haphazard, not well thought out, and it is going to wind up creating problems and monetary losses. Dropshipping, if well thought out and well organized, which Oberlo pretty much handles the well thought out and well organized for you, I do think that this can be a viable option. A couple of the biggest issues I had in the past with this business method is that I anticipated customers would be upset by the longer than usual shipping time since the items are coming from China. Like I said, my colleague who's been doing this for a while said it's not a significant problem. And while you will get occasional inquiries, if you're upfront about the shipping times and if you offer unique products and decent prices, I think customers will just accept the longer shipping times for, kind of it is what it is. I was also told by a few people using this method it's not really a big deal. I have talked to a couple other people using this app, and again, nobody's really complained about customers complaining about shipping times being a significant problem. The other potential problem I noted with this type of business plan is returns. Since AliExpress typically either doesn't accept returns or you have to pay to send the item back to China, you're pretty much going to pay more for shipping than the product cost anyway, so that kind of makes the returning items cost prohibitive. So if you let's say somebody buys a t-shirt from you, you send them a t-shirt and they say it's too small, you're going to have to go reorder them another t-shirt from AliExpress. They're going to have to wait another 2 or 3 weeks to receive that t-shirt from AliExpress, and you can either tell them to keep the t-shirt that they have, or if you want them to return it to you, if they return the t-shirt to you, they needed a large, they ordered a medium, they returned a medium to you. At the very least, to recoup some of your loss, you can try reselling that physical product you're now stuck with on either eBay or Amazon. And like I said, even though I told you guys to avoid eBay and Amazon for the drop shipping aspect of this, at this point you physically have this t-shirt in your possession. So just sell it on eBay, sell it on Amazon, recoup a little bit of your money. And the reason that these returns aren't really killing his business, here's an example. If I'm selling a t-shirt for $20 and that t-shirt cost me $5, and I'll show you, you guys can find t-shirts on AliExpress for $5. Let's see, tops and tees. So this is men's tops and tees. We can click price. And I mean, look, here's a t-shirt for $1.59 per piece with $1.58 shipping. Some tank tops. The better looking shirts are going to be, cost a little bit more. Let's see if we go to like page 3, we'll get to some of the higher price stuff. They got the t-shirt with the guy getting squeezed. I think that's David Beckham, if I'm not mistaken, an owl t-shirt. Like I said, the cooler t-shirts are going to probably be more in the $6 range, not in the $2 range. I thought some of these t-shirts were cool. I'll show you guys these real quickly. Vibe with me, a sun. There's kind of a cool like yoga one here. Good vibes, namaste, etc. So there are some cool t-shirts on here. This one, $257 with $242 for shipping. So what's that, like it's going to be about $6 for this one. But if you can sell it for $20, that's still a pretty good margin. So let's get back here. Anyhow, my example was if you're selling t-shirts for $20 and the t-shirt cost me $5, even if a customer told me twice that the t-shirt didn't fit them and I had to order them 3 t-shirts, at $5 a pop, 3 t-shirts cost me $15. I made $20 off the sales. So even if the customer tells me 3 times they want to return it, I'm still $5 in the green. So lastly, if you guys have any questions, or if any of you guys are using this method or a similar method and want to chime in, share any tips, etc., feel free to leave a comment down here in the comment section below, or a comment below by the YouTube video. And if you guys want links to any of the things I mentioned here, here's a link to Oberlo, which is the Shopify app that's going to automate this for you. Again, they're going to give you a 15-day trial. Here is a link to Shopify where you can get a 14-day trial. If you want to go check out AliExpress products, you can either go to aliexpress.com or click this link. And lastly, I'd mentioned using an image resizer for Facebook ads. Resizeimage.net is a good free image resizer. So again, a lot of you guys who watch my videos have been asking me for advice on drop shipping or a plan for how to set up a drop shipping business. On my probably most popular video, which is called How I Do $250,000 a Month Selling AliExpress and Alibaba Products on eBay and Amazon, I would actually physically hold the inventory. And again, I can't stress enough, you do not want to drop ship from AliExpress to eBay or Amazon. But a lot of people did ask me, can I drop ship from AliExpress? Can I drop ship from AliExpress using Shopify, etc.? Only use this method for either Shopify or your own store, because this way you're not going to be penalized by eBay or Amazon for the long shipping times, and you don't have to abide by their return policy. Now keep in mind, if customers are upset with you, they can do a chargeback with their credit card company and get their money back. So, 2 weeks in, if somebody still doesn't have their item, they may say, hey, give me a tracking number, I'm going to do a chargeback. If they do a chargeback, the credit card company is going to give them their money back, and most likely your product's going to show up to them. So, don't just blow people off. If you do get complaints about long shipping times, tell the customer, it's shipping from our warehouse in such and such location. I'm sorry. If somebody inquires about expedited shipping, typically you're not going to be able to offer expedited shipping. I mean, there are expedited options on AliExpress, but I mean, literally to send a t-shirt within 2 or 3 days is probably going to cost you $50 to $70, so it's not really cost effective. So keep in mind, you will not be able to offer expedited shipping unless you can find an AliExpress customer located in the USA, which they're really hard to find and they typically are priced a lot higher. So just keep in mind you're going to have to offer standard shipping and tell your customers it's going to be probably 14 to 18 days for delivery, sometimes quicker. And communicate with your customers, because people can still do credit card chargebacks, but because it's not as easy as opening up a PayPal case or crying to Amazon, you're a little bit more in the driver's seat in terms of how you handle inquiries and customer problems and things like that. So if you guys have any questions about this method, if any of you guys are using this method, etc., please leave a comment in the description box below. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please click that subscribe button at the bottom left. And I'm really trying to grow the channel, guys, so please share this video on social media, share it with some of your friends who are also into entrepreneurship, e-commerce, etc. But you guys have been asking me for this method for a long time. I recently talked to a colleague who's doing something similar, and I really wanted to share this with you guys. And again, I will be doing kind of a test study of this process myself, using a new niche that I've been wanting to explore. So maybe I'll try to make some how-to videos and also report back to you guys how that's going. So thank you again so much for watching the video, and stay tuned. We got a lot of great content coming out over the next week or two here. Talk to you guys later.